What's up guys, it's TheAbeyantHero. So today we're out at Fandom Friday and I figured I'd like to share a little bit of the fun with you guys. I've been asked to do a number of random questions slash random facts, and I figured I'd just do that now. I'll be posting the links of the guys who have definitely tagged me from Instagram, from Facebook. I'm sorry it's been really delayed, but here we go. Back in 2012, there was an event called Aki Matsuri. And Aki Matsuri is an event where they celebrate the Japanese Fall Festival, and at this as well is a competition of sorts for cosplay. Well, I was asking my friend Fruitcake what it's all about, and so I was like, people actually dress up as adults in costume, and it's outside of Halloween. And so she said, yeah. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll give it a try. And so I paid for my ticket, and ever since then, it's been just history. So ever since middle school, I had this really cool backpack, and it had like the two favorite colors, and that is charcoal gray and neon orange, but essentially gray and orange. So the origin of my cosplay name actually came from a situation a couple years back where I had to initially make my Facebook page, and it came up because I felt a little bit unease, a little bit of giving out my personal info to people I didn't really know, and so my public page is a way for people to interact with me. And so my friend, I was asking him, what do I do like to get things going? So my buddy Shinobazu, he was telling me, well, you just come up with a fictional name and, you know, for people to identify you by. And so I was like, okay, well, I really like Link from Legend of Zelda, but I didn't want to do Link because that's really common and, you know, it's unoriginal. So I went with what the idea of Link is all about. And so every story of Legend of Zelda, Link starts by waking up, and you know, he starts discovering his things, and he has these opportunities to become a hero. And so at every story, he starts out asleep and he has to wake up. And so I figured, what's a word for being asleep and also a hero? So the word abeyance actually refers to the idea of dormant or unawakened, and so I slammed hero behind it, and then boom, TheAbeyantHero. Also back in 2012, followed shortly after Aki Matsuri, and I actually found out about anime conventions. It was just something that everyone cosplayed at, and so I figured, because I flopped at my performance at Aki Matsuri, I was just like really goofing off, and I was trying to do the loopy fist with the elixir thing. I wanted redemption for making up for my poor performance, and so I went again as Rock Lee, just done up, and I felt a little bit more confident ever since then. So Anime Vegas in 2012. Really, my dream cosplay isn't one in particular. I really look at cosplay, my dream cosplays, as something that I really want to do, and what I really enjoy the most is dressing up with my friends and really just getting behind the idea of embodying a character and just feeding off the energy of everyone. So essentially, my dream cosplay is to cosplay with my friends and just really enjoy the moment. My favorite moments, one was when right before Aki Matsuri, I was super nervous. And I was walking alone solo around Chinatown, and I felt really ill at ease. My gut was just like, oh, I got like butterflies and stuff. But one thing that kind of gave me more confidence was I heard like this little kid off in the distance walking with his family on the crosswalk, and he was like, Mommy, look, it's Rock Lee. Oh my gosh, it's Rock Lee. And I was like, oh man, he recognizes me as Rock Lee. And I was like, wow, this is really cool, you know, getting behind the idea of being a character for someone, and like, I don't know, it feels cool to, you know, be that for someone else. So that's one. And the other one would definitely just, at every convention or every event, I always run into people who introduce me to new things that they're interested in, and their particular fandom. So another favorite memory of cosplay is just getting to know people and hearing their stories of why they're so interested and why they like their particular fandoms. And as you guys know, one in particular is Homestuck, and there's no going back from that. I really love Homestuck. The stories are so rich with all the characters and the backstories. So that. Oh, and also of course, cosplaying as Mugen, who is also voiced by Steve Bloom, as you guys know, for the English version of Samurai Champloo, and that was at AnimegaCon. I have video of that. I'll post a link somewhere here of that. It was kind of surreal, just realizing that he is the voice of so many characters that meant so much to me growing up, and just being that character and like him voicing that character while I was there is just really cool. So that was definitely another favorite memory of mine. So some advice I would give for people getting into cosplay would be a couple of things. One would be just cosplay a character that you really like. Give it some thought of what you would feel comfortable with. I know there's a lot of characters out there that are a little bit more revealing. I definitely cosplay characters that show a little bit more skin. I actually cosplay a bunch of characters that are female as guy versions. So it's really just finding your comfort level with a character that you like and one that you really know. Another advice that I would give is don't look at cosplay as being really expensive. Me in particular, I have a little side note of my backstory of first getting into costume making, and I'll post another link right here for it. But yeah, where I started out with cosplaying was just cosplaying with the things that I already own. There's certain shirts or something that are plain that you can cut up and just hand stitch or just use fabric glue, and there's nothing really stopping you from using those items you have around the house as representation of those characters, because that's really what cosplay is. Cosplay should never be expensive. Just do what's comfortable for you. A cosplay horror story that definitely painted a different picture on how to approach things that I think everyone should be wary of would be the idea of cosplay isn't consent. Back in my first anime expo back in 2014, there was actually an incident where I was dressed as Yuko Matsuri, a female character, where I show this portion of my body. And of course it's a little bit more revealing, so it attracts, I guess, certain people. And there was one time, this guy, he asked for a picture, and I was like, oh sure, you know, he did the right thing, you know, he asked permission. I was like, sure. And he was like, hey, is it cool if I like squat in your abs and like take a picture near it? And I'm like, that's not really. I'm like, all right. And he's like, is it cool if I lick your abs? And I was like, dude, no. I'm like, come on, man, like that's not really cool. But as soon as the picture was taken, he took it upon himself to lick my abs. And so that was something that I would say is a horror story, because it took a lot out of me not to want to lay him out. And one thing that stopped me was the idea that a bunch of impressionable little kids were around, and didn't want to seem like I was someone who's like, I mean, not that I really try to attribute myself as being a role model, but I really don't want people to think that fighting or violence is the answer. But I definitely told them, like, dude, that's not cool. Like, it took a lot out of me not to beat them up, but that's just really the thing that I, held myself from doing. So that's my horror story. I'm an open book when it comes to hidden talents, but I guess it would be doing a one-arm pull-up. No, that's not it. I wasn't able to do that. It's a one-arm push-up. I flopped at that too. Let's go back to when I flopped at doing the one-arm push-ups. Yeah, that was at the DBZ event. Put that right here. I guess there's this thing that Bruce Lee used to do where he would stand or do the V-sits for prolonged periods of time, and basically, let me demonstrate. So, first you have your hands right here, and just hold yourself out, but then you can just do that. So, I can do that. V-sits, it's my hidden talent. What are some cosplay traditions? As you guys know, a lot of my sign-off for a lot of my videos is happy cosplaying, keep on dancing. Well, back in the day, before I was a TheAbeyantHero, I was just a wee little lad exploring things that I could possibly do and have interest in. And I really enjoyed dancing. It was something that you do either by yourself, or if you're just feeling the music, it's just something that you do. And I feel like dancing, you don't have to be good at it. It's just something that you can express yourself, just your emotions through. And so I really like dancing in cosplay because, I don't know, it just kind of gets the ball rolling as far as opening people up and being like the icebreaker, aside from, cosplaying itself. So dancing would definitely be one of the traditions. And another tradition I would say would be doing things the opposite of the character traits of the character you're cosplaying. I would say my most difficult cosplay is one that I have lost heart in repairing, and I think you guys all know this one. It's my Grand Chariot full armor cosplay. That thing it's getting torn up at the knees, it's getting torn up at the arms, and the chest piece is just like, it keeps flying off, and the wiring and whatnot, that's also come apart as well. Soldering is really, really difficult, especially on moving pieces, so I would say that's my most difficult one. I can't put it on by myself, so I definitely need hands putting it on. But I don't know if I'm going to be doing that cosplay character anytime soon. Okay, yeah, that one was funny. So I have a number of different funny stories. I would definitely have to single out Happy, the Gajinka version of Happy based on Fairy Tail. I definitely find that one to be most funny because it was one of the first times I was ever glomped by someone while everyone was like taking pictures. Like I was there one frame and then I wasn't in the next frame. The character is Miliana. Yeah, I think it is Miliana. She came up and she just like gave me a huge like running hug, and then so I was glomped when I was cosplaying as Happy. I believe it was at WonderCon. That was a funny time too, because it was like a flex off whenever I came across guys, and one in particular, my buddy Charlie Slime. He cosplayed as Gaston, and Metal Slimer. It's funny. We were just like, pose with me, and we were like posing out like that, and so it was just like random. But just the Fairy Tail fandom is just like really fun. But also at Fanime, I came across a Natsu and also Luffy, and that was another funny time where we were just just like, I don't know, we were like just goofing off, and I hopped on his back, and we're like, we're doing that one move. I can't, it slipped my mind, but we're just running around as Natsu and happy, and we're just like, yeah! So that was another funny moment. I would like to hear you guys a little bit of input as well, and if there's anyone who would like to join and do these 12 questions or 12 facts about yourself, I'd like to see a video response, and post links down below in the comments, and share and tag with your friends. So big thanks to Zappos for hosting this event for Fandom Fridays, and I hope that they come back and make things even bigger. Thanks also to big sis TheAbeyantHero, who's working the cameras and also helping me out with the interviews, so thanks to you. So yeah, I hope you guys are having fun at this weekend, Sakuracon, Wondercon, and also MTAC 2016. And yeah, say what's up and share the fun. Happy cosplaying, keep on dancing, and I'll see you next video.
Bye.